Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, or wherever. Oh, wait.
San Antonio and Silsbee, Texas.
Or wherever you may be listening. This
Dang.
is the Turn the Page Tuesday edition of the Morning Kickoff.
You tried to turn the page on me.
Bruh. I mean, this ain't even turn the page. This is a way back Wednesday. This is just one of the
what is going on?
We're trying to get it together over here on the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app. NBA dreams were finally fulfilled for so many yesterday as the NBA draft took place. We had a Texas Longhorn taken in the first round. The college sports enters a new era.
Yes, sir.
It has changed and it continues to change. Brendan Sorsby's NFL future takes another twist.
Womp, womp, womp.
And Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman joins us at 7:34, and it's all coming to you right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. I am your host, Mike Harbaugh Harge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And, of course, we've got our guy, Ronald, holding it down from the 254. That's right, Ronald is in from K-Town. Gotta love it. And, of course, if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas, followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, if you want to voice your opinion, all you got to do is use the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Use that talkback feature. Leave us a message. If it's good enough, you might even hear it on air. All right, let's get into it, Mark. Yesterday, the NBA draft took place, and the first name that was asked was by the Washington Wizards.
With the first pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select Anise Dabansa Jr. from Brigham Young University.
The debates, the conversation, it's over. In a class that's been touted as one of the deepest in recent memory, it is Anise A.J. Dabansa, the freshman out of BYU that the Washington Wizards select number 1 overall. And
you think about that draft pick. We were having a debate yesterday talking about who, what, where, when, and why. Could it be someone else? We were talking about Cameron Boozer ended up going number 3 to the Memphis Grizzlies. You look at the Utah Jazz. They took Darian Peterson of Kansas. The Bulls, Caleb Wilson, the guy that I think is going to have an unbelievable upside. The LA Clippers took Keaton Wagler out of Illinois. The Brooklyn Nets, Mikael Brown Jr. out of Louisville. My steal of the draft fell to number 7, Darius Acuff Jr. He is going to be a man on a mission. The kid from San Antonio and from the University of Houston, Kingston Flemings, was taken number 8 by the Atlanta Hawks. The Dallas Mavericks, with their new coach, took one of his former players, Morris Johnson Jr. From Michigan, a guy that you talked about a little bit yesterday, Braden Berries from Arizona went number 10. Golden State takes another Michigan player, Yaxel Lindenberg. He goes to the Golden State Warriors. Long length. I like him a lot. Oklahoma City, the Thunder took Andy Morrow. They're calling him the Wemby stopper. In case you're not paying attention,
yeah, good luck.
That's 3 Michigan Wolverines that were taken in the lottery. The Miami Heat took a player from Tennessee and then was traded to Milwaukee. That's Nate Emmett. That was that 13 pick that they got in the trade for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Haynes Steinig from Washington goes to the Charlotte Hornets, and the number 15 pick by the Chicago Bulls was?
With the 15th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select Dalen Swain from the University of Texas.
Dalen Swain played his first 2 years at Xavier before following his head coach, Sean Miller, to Texas, where he became the SEC Newcomer of the Year. He led Texas in scoring, in rebounds, assists, steals, and his first memories at the NBA are watching Russ, KD, James Harden, and our guy Big Perk in Oklahoma City. And I do love this. He says that he uses his NIL money. You can see this is just so emotional for him. He used his NIL money to pay off his mom's college debt, which is just so incredibly special and a testament to who this young man is, Jay.
Yeah, you mentioned, Malika, he led his team, Texas, in scoring, rebounding, assists, and steals. He was the only major conference player to do that. He averaged 17 points, just under 8 rebounds, and just under 4 assists per game. Great versatility. He's got good skills and good athleticism. But most of his scoring is below the rim, but he can slash, get downhill, very good in transition, and he's tough. He's a really good cutter and crashes.
And that's what it's all about. We talked about what Dalen Swain was able to do, and coming into this, we were wondering how high he could go. We've seen him all the way down to number 20, but him being at number 15. But you heard the story, Mark. You heard him talking about what he was able to do for his mother. Being able to use his NIL money to pay off her college debt because he doesn't have any college debt. Now he's able to pay off a bunch of other things too. But here's part of the story that I wanted you to hear that he said after the draft about him and his mom.
Definitely my mother, for sure. I mean, I always talk about how much she sacrificed for me, but there's a story that pops right up in my head. We were moving out of an apartment, and I was on punishment, actually, and I would be under my bed because I couldn't watch TV, and I wrote I was going to the NBA up on the wall. So when we moved out, she finally seen it, and she told me, you better go to the NBA because I had to pay for that. So I hope she remembers that.
Think about that. Think about your dreams. Think about everything that you've been working for all your life, and you're on punishment. So you under your bed, but you had wrote under.
On the floor.
On the floor. Hey, I'm going to the NBA. And the first thing as parents, what do we say? You know I got to pay for that, right?
Right. And Sharpie probably.
Yeah, exactly. Permanent marker.
Permanent marker on the floor.
Yeah.
That's great. Hard job. I believe in manifestation. I believe in vision boards. I believe in speaking it into existence. I believe in everything that you can manage that's positive about where you want to be, who you want to be, and how you want to be there, how you want to get there. And this is just another confirmation, just another story that adds to that fire, another piece of wood on that fire.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud of him, for one, thinking about somebody other than himself. Because you know what, man? It's very easy to get self-absorbed when people pat you on the back every day.
Yep.
And when people pay you a lot of money to do something, that's a game. That's fun. I know it requires skill. It's work. It's a job.
Yeah, you gotta be talented.
You gotta be talented to do it.
Yeah.
But still, nonetheless, it's a game.
Yep.
You're not digging ditches. You're not trying to solve a mathematical equation that could redirect the way we live in this world we live in. He's playing the game. But Harge, when you can get out of your own way and make it about somebody else and be able to really get behind somebody else and push them, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
Mom, no more debt. No more bills. Sally Mae, it's over.
Well, and one of the things too for me that I always try to equate it to is, you mentioned it. It's fun, but it's also work. It's a lot of work. There's a lot of sacrifice.
This is fun.
There's a lot of sacrifice that goes into being able to get to that level.
Right.
There's a lot of people that got to lay hands on you to make sure that you are staying focused on what you want to achieve. You talked about a vision board. He wrote it. That was his vision board.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big one. It was something that he kept working at. And he was somebody that wasn't big. You've heard the story from Sean Miller. He was somebody that he looked at as
he fit under
project,
the bed.
but he was looking at as somebody that was a project. when he came into college. And then he's developed his way. He got bigger. He had the skill, but he wasn't your prototype. But now here he is, the number 15 pick in the draft, and they had that vision for him.
Right.
They saw that when they recruited him. So there are things that, you just need one person. You need one person to believe in you. You need another person to get you there, and you need a village to keep you on task.
We got to talk more about it when we come out of this break, because there's a lot of meat on the bone about him that I don't think people realize. And we'll do that when we come back.
Well, when we come back, we'll touch back on that, but we're also got to talk about the NCAA approving the new 5-for-5 eligibility model that will change the landscape of Division I sports. We'll talk to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. And, of course, I got to give you some Jameis Winston. He's back.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll talk about it all right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Get ready to cheer on your Round Rock Express right here on 1300 The Zone. From the first pitch to the final out, Round Rock Express baseball, only on 1300 The Zone.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena, streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
And you can be there
For a weekend full of superstar performances.
Are you ready?
Once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
We're getting this party going on.
Only limited single-night tickets remain. Get yours while you still can now at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
presented by Capital One.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
The right shoulder is blocked off by a crash going northbound on I-35 at Onion Creek Parkway. This is causing about a 25 to 30-minute backup. And to make matters worse, in the same area on the service road on I-35 northbound at FM 1327, reports of a vehicle on fire. And all lanes are closed down due to an early morning crash on 183 northbound at FM 1327. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Ever look something up online and then see ads for it everywhere? That's not a coincidence. Startpage is the private search engine that finds what you need without anyone finding out you asked. Try startpage.com. That's startpage.com.
Use Polymarket to trade this week's Turkey vs. USA match. Delete that sportsbook app that's robbing you and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code TACO to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code TACO. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
This summer's must-have accessory, it's the Simon Plus Rewards program, where you can access exclusive offers for shopping, dining, and having fun at Simon malls, mills, and premium outlets. Plus, you can get points and rewards for shopping at shopsimon.com too. It's free to join, and there are even more exciting perks to enjoy every time you shop. Sign up at simonplus.com today and get ready to summer in style. Rewards program terms apply. See simonplus.com for details.
Score big with employee pricing for everyone at Group 1 Ford of South Austin. Buy the 42-mile-per-gallon 2026 Ford Maverick XL Hybrid for only $26,980. Transparent pricing, no dealer add-ons. Get this deal today in our showroom or at group1fordoftsouthaustin.com. Stock TRA 36872. Original MSRP of $30,105. Dealer discount of $3,177. Includes $225 dock fee. Subject to availability. MPG is an EPA estimate. Offer can't be combined. Exclusions may apply. Offer in 7526.
Before they can cheer your name, you've got to make one. At Spurs Sports Academy, we're helping young athletes do just that with year-round basketball camps and tournaments for kids of all ages. It's all part of our mission of inspiring lifelong memories and building character through competition. To find your way to play, text HOOPS to 210-444-5021 or head over to spurs.com/sportsacademy.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Back to the morning kickoff right here on AM 1300. Carball Hards, WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, the Mark Henry. And of course, we've got our guy Ronald holding it down. We're going to continue this conversation about the NBA because Mark you had something else you wanted to put on there about Dalen Swain.
Yeah, they listed him as the only guy in the NCAA last season, and I call it the LeBron effect, where you can score, but you also are equal in rebounds and assists. His ratio in that department was higher than any other player, including the guys that got drafted in the top 3.
Yeah, that's what Jay Billis was saying when he was talking about him. He had mentioned that, and he's a finisher, he's a slasher, he does the things, the dirty work, and he's always going to be one of those guys that if the ball is in the air, he's going to find a way to get it.
Yeah, he's got the radar, and the other thing is he's always drawn the assignment of guarding the best offensive player on the team, whether it's a guard or a forward. He was the guy that got chose to be the defensive stopper, especially when he was at Xavier. At Texas, the system changed a little bit, so he was able to really just kind of guard his man. But he took the assignment of being the defensive stopper at Xavier.
Yeah, he was definitely one of those guys that every time he stepped on the floor, he got better and better and better. And there were times, and Eric Henry and I would have long conversations about him and saying that there were times that he kind of played second fiddle to people, and he shouldn't have. He was the star of the team, and he needed to take over basketball games, and he would late in the games. But why wait? Why are we waiting for you to take over?
Well, I mean, sometimes, like we said that about Mitch Johnson as a coach. Mitch Johnson, he sat there on the bench holding the clipboard for so long that he felt like that's what he's supposed to be doing. He's got it. Now you got a different job. He's going to the NBA. He's got a different job.
Yeah.
This is not college now.
Well, he won't be the guy that they were dependent on to score. But Texas, he was the leading scorer. He was the guy that needed to be the guy. And there were times where he wasn't playing at that level.
That's true.
And that is my point, is like, hey, when you are the guy, be the guy. And when your team is struggling, take over the game, because you defer, you get further and further and further away from your chance of winning the game. And then you try to make a valiant effort down the stretch.
And it might be too late.
And it's by that time, it's a little bit too late. So he doesn't have to worry about that now. He's going to the Chicago Bulls. He's going to be a part of a team and an organization to where now he will feel a lot better about what he's doing. And he can play that way where he doesn't have to be the star. Speaking of stars, the star of all stars is now the NCAA. Well. They have now decided that the 5 for 5 is going to take place. You've got 5 years of eligibility when you start your clock, when you get to the university, whatever school you're going to, whenever you get there, you're either going to be 18 or you're going to be 19. But whenever you get in there, that's your time. You got 5. The transfers and everything else that is involved in it, it changes the dynamic of college athletics. So the rule changes is effective for all prospects entering, initially enrolling to full-time college in the fall of 2027 or later. So kids that are coming in this year are going to be okay. It says for students enrolling for the full-time for college for the first time in 2026 and current student athletes with eligibility remaining after the 2025-26 calendar year, Division I schools will apply for the previous rules, allowing 4 seasons to complete within 5 years. That's the age and the age-based model. So we're not going to have these old dudes that are in here. We're not going to have, no disrespect to TJ Finley, but TJ Finley.
No, there's some disrespect. Why you say no disrespect?
Because I mean the man.
No, he's 38 years old.
But he was in a plan that allowed him to do that.
Right. He just took advantage of the system.
Exactly. So I'm not going to hurt him.
No more Pavias.
No more. None of that.
No more 6-7 year players.
Nope.
Affecting our kids, people that have kids in sport. Your 18, 19-year-old son or daughter should not be competing against a 28-year-old person. 27.
You're reclassing. A lot of the reclasses. Don't forget about those people too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reclassers that are out there. So now it all starts to change, and it's going to be the age-based model. It's going to be more effective, and there's a few exceptions to the rule, though. There's a few exceptions. Okay. Pregnancy, active duty military service, or official religious missions, BYU. So you're still going to have that. You're still going to have those
Army,
types of
Navy.
Things. Yep. And you have to go through the NCAA Eligibility Center will be the ones that will definitely start to manage that. They have to manage that. So, but to me, the biggest thing, and you mentioned it, there should not be grown men playing against 18-year-old kids.
Man, you 26, man. Yep. That ain't fair.
Coming off the edge. Talk about I'm about to get to the quarterback.
Bro, I'm making a joke about it.
No, but you're serious.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like you're 25, 26, you need to be in the pros.
Or working somewhere.
Hey, listen, go get a job.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing wrong with a trade.
Nope.
You know, I mean, if you want to be an architect, like go on and go into your job description.
Yeah.
What you trained for.
Go into your job.
Yeah, no more. I'm gonna play as long as I can play
until
and
they
just
tell
get
me
this
to take
money.
this uniform off.
Until I don't have no eligibility left. No, that ain't fair, man.
Right. And we are making a joke about it, but think about the TJ Finley story.
I don't like it. I don't like to think about his story because he was 38.
I'm looking at him right now. He is 24 years old and still playing college athletics. He signed his national letter of intent with LSU on December the 18th, 2019.
God.
Guess where he's at this season? On January 14th, 2026, he signed with the FCS program Incarnate Word. This makes him for his 7th different college that he's been at. But here's the deal. He announced he was entering the NFL draft instead of returning to college.
Thank you, Lord.
Yeah. The draft came and gone, man.
Yeah. So
it's over.
Sometimes you just gotta take your medicine.
Yeah.
And the day is gonna come for everybody. And that dude right there, like, should have had his like 3 years ago.
I agree. So to me, looking at this and the way that everything is kind of playing out in the
was a plus. You like the fact that this is the new regime.
Well, absolutely.
Okay.
I've got a son that will be enrolling in college in 2027. and he wants an opportunity to play at the next level. But he can't go into the next level if he's in the NBA. I mean, if some of these guys are taking up those spots that should have been in the NBA, should have been playing overseas, should have been doing something else. But again, I can't fault them because of the way that the rules were set up. They were taking full advantage of the rule.
Hey, it is what it is.
So I can't be mad at that, but
no more.
To your point,
it's a new day, brother.
Man, that dude over there is strong. Yeah,
he's
38.
30.
He should be strong. He got grown man strength.
We are laughing,
but we are sad
but
at the same time.
It's not cool.
Right. But again, it was the way that the NCAA had the rules set up. They were taking full advantage of it. And this goes back to what Coach Sark and so many other coaches around the nation. They were going to take advantage of the situation as well. So, hey, but there are parameters that need to be put in place. And I believe that is what this
is a good start. This is a good start.
I was in favor of it. The decision was coming up. Even Coach Schlossnagle had alluded to it in one of our conversations with him. He's like, well, if this 5-for-5 thing goes through, it kind of changes the way you go out and recruit. It kind of changes the way you go and look at people in the transfer portal, and it changes the dynamic of college athletics. And that is what we've been working towards. And now, academically, you should be – he did list on TJ Finley's Wikipedia. It does have him as a graduate, though.
Well, at least he graduated.
He should have double masters by now.
Yeah.
He should have double masters. We'll get a chance to talk to our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, and get his thoughts on what he sees about the 5-for-5. And, of course, Texas Athletics. They get another commitment yesterday. We'll talk about it right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
Reports of an accident going through downtown on I-35 southbound Riverside Drive, causing a 25-minute backup. Delays start from 12th Street, and an update over on 183 northbound. Now the highway closed off at FM 973. All traffic heading this direction is diverted off to FM 973, and the left lane's closed off in the same spot going southbound. I'm Jason Fossig with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is brought to you by Hectra.org.
The places you can go with an Easy Tag, and it's not just toll roads throughout Texas. You get seamless toll travel in Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida, Colorado. Get your Easy Tag at hctra.org.
50 states, one national mall, 2 weeks of freedom. The Great American State Fair opens June 25th in Washington, D.C. All 50 states. Live music and rodeo, innovation, arts, culture, and American patriotism. Every day brings a new theme celebrating the best of who we are, capped by the largest fireworks display in the world on July 4th. This is for every American. Admission is free. Plan your trip at freedom250.org. Freedom 250, the Great American State Fair. Be there.
Thursday on Fox, America's World Cup dream continues as Pulisic leads out the Stars and Stripes in their final group match against Turkey. Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Fox and streaming live on Fox One.
A security camera that runs on its own power, uses 4G signal, and doesn't need Wi-Fi? Now that's how you defend your assets. Defend by Tacticam. If you've got signal, you've got security. Check it out at defendcellcam.com.
Pickleball is on the rise. 46.8 million players nationwide, with a projected $5 billion industry by 2033. Looking to be part of this exciting growth? Crush Yard offers a unique franchise opportunity, redefining the pickleball experience with indoor court, exceptional dining, craft drinks, and entertainment. This is your chance to invest in a rapidly growing brand shaping the future of leisure. For a limited time, you can own a piece of the action. Visit CrushYardFranchising.com to learn more. Crush Yard, Pickleball Bar and Lounge.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
First round of the NBA draft, Spurs selected Kentucky center Jaden Quintance with the 20th pick, then made a trade for UConn center Terrace Reed Jr. with the 26th pick. Astros with a go-ahead 3-run homer in the 11th beat the Blue Jays 9-7 in Toronto. NHL news, the league is exploring putting a new team in Texas with Austin and Houston as potential targets. I'm Ronta Moss.
Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by the Active Cash Visa Credit Card from Wells Fargo.
Who knows what'll happen at the FIFA World Cup 2026? But with unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases, the Active Cash Visa Credit Card from Wells Fargo is a surefire victory. Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Visa, worldwide partner of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Everyone sees me as a football player, but before anything else, I'm human. I'm Javier El Chicharito Hernandez, and every single day I'm still learning how to live with problems, mistakes, ever since I was born. This isn't a normal podcast. Everything here is spontaneous, real, and genuine. Just honest conversations about what it means to be alive. I'm Javier El Chicharito Hernandez, and this is Learning to be Human. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Learning to be Human, and listen now.
This World Soccer Report sponsored by Twin Peaks, Eats, Drinks, Scenic Views.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
England settled for a scoreless draw in their match with Ghana when they were denied a potential late game winner.
Into the middle, off the crossbar, Harry Kane misses. O'Reilly hit the bar, Kane missed the target.
Action today includes host countries Canada and Mexico both on the pitch. Canada faces Switzerland and Mexico takes on Czechia.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Twin Peaks is unmatched for every match. With 29-degree draft Michelob Ultras, handcrafted Casamigo margaritas, and a scratch-made menu, and screens that will put you on the front row of every game. It's all going down at the Lodge. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. We cover all 40 acres.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. It is Wednesday, so that can only mean one thing. Our time with our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, we are now at the point in college athletics. It's the off season. You're about to take a little time off and get away from it briefly anyway, but the constant change is always happening. You see what's happened at Texas baseball with Nolan Cain headed to Texas A&M after the season. You see the 5-5 rule that is taking place, and the Brendan Sorsby news never seems to stop. But I wanted to ask you this. You start to look at the eligibility rule, and as someone who's the father of a young child, and you look at some of these grown men that are playing against these 18-year-olds, wasn't it time for a change in that area?
Well, I appreciate you implying that my child's going to be a deal now because I know his genes and I'm not as confident as you are, but we'll start there. But, I mean, I understand the reasoning behind it. I mean, I think college athletics has kind of been a mess. I guess ever since COVID, when they started allowing those COVID years, and you get all these court injunctions, and you have these 6, 7. I think Montana, where I obviously have a lot of love for, it's gonna have like an 8th or 9th year linebacker this year, and I think Steve Sarkisian's been pretty vocal against it, but some programs have been very accepting and stuff like that. So I guess I need to figure out some kind of uniform way to kind of get things back to at least a baseline and not having these, 28, 29-year-olds with some, minor exceptions in there. But I mean, it's a mess. I need to figure something out. I don't know if this is the answer. I think a couple of years from now, when we start wondering what the heck a school record is, as opposed to, you're going to have a bunch of old heads, completely hating on this new generation. Well, I only had 4 years to accomplish this. It's such and such at 5 years. And we'll see exactly what that means. And it's going to be interesting what this does for, I'm sure this is a concern you've had for a while with a son figuring this out. What exactly does this mean for high school recruiting? What exactly does this mean for freshmen? Because you're going to have these fifth-year, guys who may not have a place at their old school. They're going to be on the transfer market, and that may be appealing for some schools more than rely on some high school recruits. So it's a mess. Something had to be done. I guess we're going to have to wait for a couple of years to see what exactly the collateral damage is.
Dan, you said you didn't know. You said you didn't know what this means. Like, do you think that this will curtail people from transferring because they know that they're going to lose time and they only have so much time left?
I mean, maybe. I haven't looked exactly at the rule. I think does it go back to the had to sit out a year punishment? But I mean, if you have 5 years to work with, that may not hurt as much. Or if you're eligible to transfer, I mean, the money is still the money. I mean, there's a lot of money being tossed around. If someone's offering me a bunch of money to go sit out a year, I may be willing to go do that. But maybe we're not going to see the days anymore of people transferring every year. The first time something becomes inconvenient. But I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be plenty of transfers, and I'm sure there's going to be schools still forcing people out and all that nonsense too. So I think it's one of those things we're just going to have to see. I mean, it looks nice on paper, but we're just going to have to see. But I'm sure there's still going to be plenty of people jumping in the portal, maybe just not as abundantly as the past couple of years.
Danny, I was just telling Harge before you came on, I do not think that it's fair that you're able to pay somebody even though they have to sit out that year. That's one of the rules that should be put in. You cannot pay somebody as a placeholder. Oh, go ahead and go and sit out. We'll pay you half the money, and then we'll pay you next season. Like, don't you think that would be a good rule to put in, to not be able to be able to put out placeholder money?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but then, I mean, how do you enforce that? I mean, what happens when Texas has a player that they're bringing in a hot freshman quarterback, and they have a sophomore quarterback who they don't have room for anymore, and they say, "Hey, you're not going to play here. Go somewhere else." And so they essentially force him out of his spot. So then he has to go somewhere else. He's not choosing to transfer on his own volition. He's being forced out. So should he be punished at his next spot because his old school didn't want him? I mean, that happens too. I mean, we can't just act like the transfer portal is just a problem for the athletes. I mean, schools are also just as guilty of this mess as others. So should a kid who was forced out be punished? I don't think that's fair. So, I mean, it is what it is. If someone's willing to pay you to sit out a year, that's fine. That's fine by me. Like, they're not making any money. That's a wasted investment on their part. So if they're willing to do it, I don't have a problem with it, because sometimes the kid doesn't have a choice either in the matter, and I don't think they should necessarily be punished there as well.
Yeah, I'm glad you touched on that, because it does happen in every single sport. You think a kid wants to come back, but financially the school's like, nah, you need to go ahead and go somewhere else. It happens more than people truly know, and it hasn't really been reported. Probably won't ever until they do their tell-all books. Speaking of leaving, Nolan Cain is now headed to Texas A&M. Texas now has to figure out what they're going to do at that position. He was in charge of the recruiting, top recruiter in the country, and now he is headed to Texas A&M. But not only that, you've got guys that are about to make decisions whether they're going to stay in the MLB draft, come back to school. There's a lot going on Texas baseball after a successful run to Omaha.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the busy season for, some of these, publications like D1 and, Orange Bloods and stuff like that. Like, this is where they make their money. This is the off season is their busy season. Those guys do a lot of great work, but I head in the off season. I'm like, all right, vacation time for me. My boy Zach over at Orange Bloods, he's like, all right, I'm gonna be busy as hell for the next month of the season. But obviously, with roster turnover and some staff turnover, there's still some questions about what this team's going to look like, and the answer is probably not going to be completely realized until after the draft, I guess in early July, when we figure out whether Ethan Mendoza, whether Casey Borba, whether or not they get drafted high or offered enough money to not want to come back, or if they decide let's run it back for one more year and kind of see what happens. Now that there's this 5-for-5 rule, that kind of gives them a little bit more leverage when it comes to the draft, because they could come back for another year and still have another year use as leverage and not be one of those, stuck in one of those situations where, you get drafted and offered $6 because you can't go back to school. So the 5-for-5 deal is going to kind of maybe throw a little bit of a wrench in the MLB draft, because maybe some of these draft eligible juniors are going to come back to school instead of heading to the draft as a 12th round draft pick or whatever. So we'll have to see. It's going to be interesting next month. See what exactly this baseball team looks like. But Texas says the portal really hasn't hurt them so much. I mean, their portal losses haven't been completely bad so far. They picked up a couple, three pretty good guys who we expect to contribute next year. So it's going to be an interesting next month for this program.
So I wanted to ask you this, because as you start to truly look at Texas football, because that's next for us. We've got SEC Media Days, and then we have the start of the season. Texas is continuing to do great on the recruiting trail. You and I are in that boat of we'll wait and see till the kids get on campus, then we'll really get into it. But Texas is picking up momentum because it seems like every day is trickling out another commitment. But getting back to the actual team that will be here, what is one of your biggest areas of concern for this Texas football team that you want to see get kind of cleaned up?
Yeah, I mean, I think you just wonder what some of these overhauled areas look like. Whether it's nice to say that Will Muschamp is the defensive coordinator now, but what exactly does that look like? Especially since they lost a lot of talent in some of the linebacker room, or you lose a Michael Taft, or some of those guys on defense. I think everyone's curious about what this run game is going to look like, because that run game was pretty atrocious last year for various reasons. But how does that run game look like? Texas actually went out and took some transfers on the offensive line, which is something Steve hadn't done before in his time. What does this new look offensive line look like? I mean, we know what Arch is going to be. We know Cam Coleman's new, but we know what he's going to be. We know what Ryan Wingo is going to be. We know what Colin Simmons is going to be. But what do some of these remade position groups look like going into the season? Because this Texas team is going to have the same expectations, but it's kind of hard. Can you really say they're the number one team in the country when we don't know what their defense looks like, when you don't know what their run game looks like, when you don't know what their offensive line is going to look like until the Texas State game? But so that's something we're definitely going to want to see, I guess, in September, or maybe during the 10-minute windows we get at practice in August.
Man, Danny, I don't know if I have anything negative. Everything that I have is positive. I thought that bringing in a ramped up running game was awesome. The defensive coordinator, or defensive head coach, like everything that was done, I feel like has been a positive side. We've not heard a lot of negative, and that can be, as Nick Saban said, that can be drinking the Kool-Aid.
Well, Mark, that's what I like about you. You're positive. You're a positive guy. You see the sunshine. I'm old and jaded. I think I'm the youngest one here, but I think I'm the oldest at heart, and I'm jaded. I'm worn down. I'm pessimistic by nature. But yeah, I mean, on paper, this Texas team looks great. But
yeah, on paper it looks great. Everything looks awesome.
On paper, they looked great last year, and look what happened. So I mean, you had to go play the game. We had to see what once again, we had to see what this offensive line looks like. We had to see if these running backs they brought in are an upgrade over C.J. Baxter, who's getting a lot of hype at Kentucky, or Quintravian Wisner, who did some good things while he was here at Texas. We just have to see. I mean, on paper, we can say this team looks like a national championship team, but Texas was the number one team in the country in the preseason last year, and it didn't work out. So at the end of the day, you have to go play the game, and we'll see that first week against Texas State, and definitely that second week against Ohio State, whether or not these additions to this team have truly thrust this Texas team into championship contention.
We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis, but you can only follow him for a couple days, because he's going to be silent for a while, because he's going to take some time off. But I wanted to ask you this: as you start to look at Texas women's basketball and their offseason, we talked about their recruiting class. We've talked about the transfers that have gone out of the university. Do you see any of the transfers or any other moves that could possibly happen for this Texas women's basketball team?
I mean, the team that they have right now is a team that they're going to take into this season. I don't think, maybe Vic can find last second person in the portal. But I think for the most part, it is what it is at this point. I think they did not have a great offseason. I mean, you don't lose 2 starters and then Aaliyah Crump and consider that great, in addition to having Rory graduate and Kyla graduate and some of their, other people leave. I think it's great that Sarah Graves is given an extra year of eligibility that helps with the leadership aspect. But on the court, there's a lot of holes in this team. And, they're going to be asking some people who, are freshmen to step up. And maybe these freshmen are able to do it. But, it's not easy to be a freshman and play for Vic Schaefer, as we've learned over the past couple of years. Madison Booker is obviously a great starting block. I mean, you're in a good position when she's who you're building your team around. But this is going to be a team there's probably going to be some baptism by fire, and we'll see what this team looks like in December as they start to get ready for SEC play. But I mean, it's once again on paper. You bring in the number 1 recruiting class, you bring in a Zaya Vaughn, who's really good at Oklahoma, and you bring back Madison Booker, Bree Preston. That's a good starting block. But we'll have to see exactly how these freshmen play, because they're going to have to play well if the Texas team is going to make a run in the tournament. And maybe 6 months is enough to get them kind of ramped up and get them ready for March.
Well, it's not like that. These are not McDonald's All-American players. It's not like that. They're void of talent. Like they came to Texas because of their talent. Now it's Coach Vic's job to get them up to speed, right?
Yeah, but if we judge everything off of McDonald's All-Americans, Karen Ashton will still be the coach here. That doesn't always work. And sometimes, especially with the way that Vic emphasizes defense and Vic emphasizes liking specific things, sometimes it just doesn't work. I mean, Aaliyah Crump is not an untalented player. She's a very, very good player, but her defense wasn't up to snuff, and some things that just didn't work out for her at Texas, and she couldn't find enough playing time under Vic Schaefer, and that was a top 5 recruit nationally, which is higher ranked than anyone currently on this team. So sometimes it just takes these freshmen a little while to get going and get used to playing defense at Texas and get used to playing in the SEC, and sometimes it just doesn't. These are players who were playing in Colorado last year and California and in Las Vegas. High school ball there is a little bit different than playing in the SEC. So we're just going to have to see exactly how long it takes them to make that jump. But they're talented. They're good basketball players, and they're ranked high for a reason. But once again, the SEC is a little bit of a different animal.
For sure. And I do want to mention that Texas has announced that they will play an exhibition game versus UConn in Connecticut, maybe Hartford, maybe Storrs. What are your thoughts on that? And have you already made your travel plans?
Well, it's getting hard. I don't know what assumptions you're making about me, but I don't know why you think the Statesman has exhibition money in October. We probably need to be spending that money on this football team and traveling.
Why did you do that? You knew what he was going to say.
I need to I'm actually looking that up. I think that's around the Oklahoma.
He's messing with you, Danny.
It is around the Oklahoma game, so you're not going to be able to make that trip, man. It's not a
2 days after the Florida game. I'm probably going to be exhausted from a weekend of football, but that's great exhibition and get on the schedule. And once again, we talked about these freshmen. That's kind of throwing them in the fire, because I'm sure Storrs or where if they have it to Storrs or Hartford or wherever they have it, those UConn fans will travel. So that's going to be a hostile environment, something for these young pups to get used to early, and that's a good welcome to college moment, as well as seeing what a Bree Preston led offense looks like, and we know what Madison Booker is going to be, but seeing what some of these new pieces look like, that's a good exhibition to get on the calendar, as opposed to sometimes Texas plays a who cares D3 school at home and beats them 120-30, and what exactly does that do? So I think even if Texas goes up there and gets their butts kicked, I think that's a good thing to have on the schedule for this team.
There he is, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And, of course, get over to statesman.com and check out all of the latest from Danny and his crew. As always, man, appreciate you. Enjoy your time off.
Danny.
And we'll get you started again a little bit later.
I'll see y'all later. Enjoy your July.
All right, brother. There he is, Danny Davis. When we come back, Jameis Winston. Oh, yeah, he's back. And so is Ronaldo. He was like, I see what y'all were talking about, me not scoring, and I decided it was time to show up. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
the voice of the Hordes. Craig Way on 1300 The Zone. Weekdays at 2.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
A collision involving an 18-wheeler and a rollover blocks off all lanes on 183 northbound at FM 973. Traffic heading this direction is being diverted off to FM 973. It also blocks off the left lane going southbound in the same spot. And over on I-35 northbound, there's a crash at Onion Creek Parkway blocking off the right lane. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lorenz and Lorenz, personal injury attorneys.
I'm attorney Ted Lorenz. If you've been hurt in a car or truck wreck, Lorenz and Lorenz is here for you. We offer a free consultation and don't get paid until we win your case. Lorenz and Lorenz, we're on top of it. Austin, Texas.
DraftKings Sports is live in all 50 states. Yes, that means you, Texas. The whole world is watching one tournament right now. Group stage chaos, knockout drama, stoppage time heartbreak. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in Texas. So whether you're catching the early kickoff before work or the late match at the bar, you're in on every minute, every match, every moment, all in one app. Right here in Texas, the world's biggest stage is in the palm of your hand. New DraftKings customers sign up with code AM1300. Spend $5 to get $200 in total rewards. That's code AM1300. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issue in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends June 28th. Terms at dkng.co/predictions promo.
Join Austin FC June 11th and 12th at Auditorium Shores for Austin Soccer Celebration, a free 2-day event featuring live viewings of the opening matches of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch every moment on large screens featuring Mexico, Canada, and the United States. Plus enjoy live music, family-friendly activities, food and drinks, and non-stop energy in the heart of downtown Austin. Admission is free with registration required. Register now at austinfc.com/soccer celebration. Don't miss the Austin Soccer Celebration, June 11th and 12th at Auditorium Shores.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
You've got to try the new TikTok diet.
Just ask Chat.
I just take blue-green algae.
Or you could trust your gut. When it comes to your health, how do you know what's right for you? That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple, at-home gut health test that analyzes your real-time biology to give you personalized nutrition guidance and custom supplements. Not trends, your biology.
Learn more at Viome.com/know. V as in Victor, IOME.com/KNOW. And use coupon code VIOME50 to save $50 off your purchase.
July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of American independence. The Great American State Fair becomes the center of it all. All 50 states, a national prayer moment. And that night, the largest fireworks display in the history of the world. There's never been a July 4th like this one. There never will be again. Plan your trip at freedom250.org. Freedom 250. The Great American State Fair, July 4th.
Start your morning right at Shipley Donuts in Dripping Springs. All June long, it's Free Donut Fridays. Get a free glazed donut with any purchase. Visit Dripping Springs Shipley in person or order online with code DONUTMONTH26. Shipley Donuts Dripping Springs. Start happy, stay happy.
Moving day's going great until the couch won't fit through the door. That's when I turn to AirTasker. Post your task and find local help for packing, cleaning, furniture assembly, errands, and more. Go to airtasker.com or download the app.
AirTasker. Get anything done.
Livestrong supports the first responder ride from Boston to New York. Register at livestrong.org/ride.
This is KVET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station, and your home for the Hordes. Guaranteed human.
Summer is here, and iHeartRadio has got you covered.
And I met you in the summer.
Dive into summer hits, commercial-free on Songs of the Summer Radio.
Just might make a my baby.
Hit play on summer playlists for road trips to pool days, like Summer Road Trip. And And yeah, podcasts so good, you can zone out in the shade.
So easy to fall.
Just open the free iHeartRadio app and find your next summer preset now.
We all use AI, but here, it never pretends it's real. AM 1300 The Zone. Guaranteed human.
Back to the morning kickoff. Because we're going to learn along with Danny Day, not long, because we're going to miss Danny for a little bit. We extended our time with him, and we are going to not play the Jameis sound. We're going to wait and play that a little bit later. But coming up at the top of the hour, I want to definitely get into this Brendan Sorsby story. The supplemental draft, it didn't go that well. We'll also have former Texas Longhorn Jason Kent. He'll be joining us. We got the world's strongest take, and we'll finish out the show with the World Cup updates brought to you by the one and only Sir Jameis. That's right. I called him Sir. We'll talk about it and more right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
When it comes to family law, a lot has changed in recent years, so assumptions can be costly. If you see or sense a change coming in your family life that could have legal implications, it's important to know where you stand. What are your rights and responsibilities? Getting good legal advice early is never a bad idea. I'm Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. If you or anyone you know is facing a family law issue, start with a consultation. Visit CordellCordell.com.
Austin, San Antonio, and St. Louis.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hardworking partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
I'm not great with words after a fight, and I'm sorry wasn't cutting it this time. So I used Joybox to write a soulful ballad about how she's always right. By the second chorus, the silent treatment was officially over. Visit joybox.com and get out of the doghouse today.
Texas, it's back. The largest gun show in Texas returns to Bryan College Station. 3 huge days, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Last year, over 17,000 people showed up. Don't be the one who hears about it after it's gone. Explore 1,500 tables packed with firearms, gear, and more, all under one roof. Free parking, 3 days only. One can't-miss event. Presented by Texas Gun Shows. Get details now at gunshowstx.com. Texas Gun Shows, making gun shows guns again.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9871. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9871. That's 800-575-9871. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
50 years in the Lone Star State. A one-stop shop so you're never late. Price is so low that you want to know which way to Specs. Come on, let's go. Specs, fine spirits, and finer foods. World-class service, that's all about you. Shop Specs, it's how we do. A huge selection since 62. Shop Specs. Low price, amazing. Here's to you. Shout. Cheers to savings.
Uber and Lyft drivers. Driverless cars are coming. Will drivers be replaced, or will drivers own what comes next? Fair Co-op helps drivers earn up to 90% and gives out 25% of net profits from each ride for referrals. For life. Be a leader, the first in your city. Help build the movement. The drivers who lead now can help shape the next generation of rideshare. Fair Co-op, official partner of iHeartRadio. Download the app now at fair.coop/iHeart. That's FARE.coop/iHeart.
The FIFA World Cup is everywhere.
What a strike!
But the only place to hear every game live for free
Is iHeartRadio.
Don't miss a moment. Open the app, search World Cup, and listen now. This is KVET AM Austin, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, an iHeart radio station, and your home for the Horns. Guaranteed human.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Harge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns. 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. Mike Hardball Harge, WWE Hall of Famer, world's strongest man, D. Mark Henry. And, of course, we've got our guy Ronald behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, just text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Hour number 1, we got a chance to talk about the NBA draft. A.J. DeBansta went number 1 to the Washington Wizards. Kingston Flemings get a chance to go to Atlanta. And Dalen Swain, former Texas Longhorn, now is a Chicago Bull. We talked about NCAA eligibility, 5 for 5, the new rules. We won't have old men out here playing against the youngsters. And we got a chance to talk to our guy, Danny Davis. Coming up in the next segment, we'll have former Texas Longhorn Jason Kent talking about the NBA and the draft and all things surrounding what happened last night. But right now, I want to get into this conversation. The Brendan Sorsby conversation is never ending. There's so much that is going on with this young man that is kind of conversation provoking. And yesterday, the news came out that Brendan Sorsby is not going to be able to be in the supplemental draft.
NFL essentially sent him a letter, and the NFL is declining to hold a supplemental draft. And honestly, something was amiss with this all along, because every time you spoke to people around the league about when the supplemental draft would be and whether or not there would be a supplemental draft, I always got pauses, and there were never clear-cut answers. And like, oh, the commissioner's got to decide to have it. I'm like, what is the issue? Well, the issue is that the league, despite any gambling partnerships, the league really does not want any part of gambling, no matter how serious it is or isn't. And anybody that has any role with that, anybody who has any accusations involved with gambling, even though the NCAA said that there were no integrity of the game violations, the league doesn't care. It's the league's supplemental draft, and the league does not want to create a supplemental draft this year for a player who has been accused of gambling. They don't have enough time to vet it. They don't care that they don't have enough time to vet it. It's easier for them to just say, we're not doing this. We don't want to do it. We're not making an exception for somebody who admitted to bet on games of a school that he was at, even if he was in his dorm room and the team was on the road at the time. And so right now, Brendan Sorsby is shut out. He's ineligible to play in college football. He doesn't have an avenue to the National Football League. The next time the league wants anything to do with him would be in the 2027 NFL draft. Now, I think
it said maybe.
Okay, well, I think Brendan Sorsby.
So let me ask you this, Mark. People are online. They're losing their mind. They're like, the NFL, it's in bed with gambling. The NFL is also in bed with alcohol, too. What's the difference?
There really is no difference, but the whole point of not having somebody come in and be the character from The Longest Yard. That's basically what the quarterback, anybody that gambles, and you know they're a gambler, but you say, no, he going to do better with us. We would never gamble again.
Here are the NFL rules.
That's being blind.
Yes. Here's the NFL rule. You bet on your team in the NFL, you get a minimum 2-year suspension. Minimum. You bet on your team, you get a minimum 2-year suspension. Brendan Sorsby did that. Plus, he tried to walk into the NFL and think that he was going to be accepted. Here's something else that I think is very, very interesting. His agent said it is a violation of the CBA and the law. Well, his lawyer, I'm not going to call him his agent, Jeffrey Kessler. We will pursue this with the NFLPA immediately. Newsflash, bro. You're not even in the NFL.
You're not in the
You're
league.
not part of
You're
the
not
union.
one of us.
You're not part of the crew, man.
How you gonna call a meeting with us and you're not one of us?
You're not here. So how are you going to challenge the CBA? How are you going to challenge the NFL Players Association? Because they decided, you know what? We're not going to have a draft this year. They have the right to do that. And his attorney is trying to put it on somebody else because of his negligence on what he did. Now, for those Texas Tech fans, I'm not even talking to you. You Indiana fans, I'm not talking to you. Cincinnati, y'all are all clear. It is something that this young man has decided that he wanted to challenge. And the biggest thing that has happened for him, and I hate this for anybody that's involved in this, the thing that sucks is that he's no longer in charge of his narrative. He's no longer in charge of the Brendan Sorsby story.
Canada can say no.
Everybody can say no.
The UFL,
they have the right. They have the right. It is a privilege to be a part of these types of deals. It is a privilege to wear a major league, an NFL, a hockey, whatever sport. It's a privilege. It's not a right. You have no rights to this. To be a WWE superstar, it was a privilege. It wasn't your right.
Right.
So for everybody that's talking about,
I'm glad it's over.
Is it? It's not. It's going to be part of the narrative. He's just not in charge of his narrative anymore. He's not. He can't write his own story anymore. Someone has to accept him in to help change the narrative for him.
Well, I tell you what, it will not be this year.
It won't. And just like you heard at the end of McAfee and Adam
We'll talk
Schefter,
about it in 28.
I think it's going to be more. It's going to be sooner than later because there's going to be more about this particular situation than there has ever been because it's unprecedented. We haven't had a guy who now has, for the betterment of everybody, I'm going to go ahead and take my talents to the NFL. What you say? We're not accepting new members today.
We're no new members.
We're not accepting new
We're
members.
not going to have a draft.
We decided not to. Hey, but good luck. Get in shape, go do what you need to do, and possibly get a chance to play in next year's draft. But I'm telling you, I think the biggest thing for people right now, especially people in the NFL, is they are in a position where they don't have to allow him to be in this supplemental, and they're not drafting anybody, but they don't have to even let him in next year unless he continues to go to those rehab places and doing the things that he was doing to clear himself, completely clear himself. Because think about the story of him, though. When you go back and you look at all the bets that were made, all of the things that he did throughout that, and they really thought that he was going to be able to walk back into the NFL.
You were critical of this from day one.
Yes.
And I was like, just let it play out. I think we both got our wish. Except you're like, no, it's not over yet. I think it's over. I think that he's going to have to go away from football for a little while. And then hopefully be allowed to come back in after 28. Because they don't want him around.
Right. This is interesting because I really think this is something, again, like the narrative is going to be something totally different now. Andrew Brandt, he put this out yesterday. He says Sorsby is a sports law course in himself. He's sued by Cincinnati over a contract buyout, ruled ineligible by the NCAA for placing thousands of sports bets, sued the NCAA in the state court, won due to a medical condition, and then he was sued by the Big 12 in federal court, which is still pending. He applied for the supplemental draft, which was denied, and now he's talking about possibly trying to sue the NFL for not letting him into the boys club? Huh? Like this right here? If you are a sports lawyer, this is made for TV. This is a show in itself that has so many layers. And that is why I keep saying to you, this is going to be a conversation that is going to be studied for a long time because it's unprecedented. It's Art Schlichter. Art Schlichter, that used to be the quarterback for Ohio State. He used to be for the Indianapolis Colts. I think he's still in jail for betting, for gambling.
Golly.
It just doesn't make any sense. Coming up next, we're going to talk NBA with former Texas Longhorn Jason Kent joining us right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Phones, laptops, cars, smart speakers.
I use the iHeartRadio app.
All devices, all the time. Your home for the horns. 1300 The Zone.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu.
And you can be there
For a weekend full of superstar performances.
Are you ready?
Once-in-a-lifetime moments you'll have to see to believe.
We're getting this party going, huh?
Only limited single-night tickets remain. Get yours while you still can now at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2026 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
All lanes are closed off this morning due to an early morning accident involving an 18-wheeler and a rollover on 183 northbound at FM 973. The same accident also blocks off the left lane going southbound in the same spot. And over on Mopac southbound at 2222, a crash moved over to blocking off the right shoulder. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lorenz and Lorenz, personal injury attorneys.
I'm attorney Ted Lorenz. If you've been hurt in a car or truck wreck, Lorenz and Lorenz is here for you. We offer a free consultation and don't get paid until we win your case. Lorenz and Lorenz, we're on top of it. Austin, Texas.
Whether your oldest is heading off to college or you're finally adding that dream pool to the backyard, a home equity line from ATFCU can help make it happen. Your home equity is the difference between your home's value and what you still owe, and you can borrow against it without disrupting your current mortgage loan. Enjoy quick approvals, flexible terms up to 30 years, and no closing costs on loans under $250,000. Apply online at atfcu.org. Other terms and conditions apply. ATFCU is an equal opportunity lender. NMLS number 422857. Federally insured by NCUA.
Thursday on Fox.
What a huge moment.
America's World Cup dream continues.
Shot taken, go!
Don't miss Christian Pulisic lead out the Stars and Stripes in a huge final group matchup.
The U.S. has scored!
Against Turkey. USA, Turkey. Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Fox and streaming live on Fox One.
50 states, one national mall, 2 weeks of freedom. The Great American State Fair opens June 25th in Washington, D.C. All 50 states. Live music and rodeo, innovation, arts, culture, and American patriotism. Every day brings a new theme celebrating the best of who we are, capped by the largest fireworks display in the world on July 4th. This is for every American. Admission is free. Plan your trip at freedom250.org. Freedom 250, the Great American State Fair. Be there.
Use Polymarket to trade this week's Turkey-USA match. Delete that sportsbook app that's robbing you and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage. Available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app. Use promo code FOX to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FOX. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This summer's must-have accessory, it's the Simon Plus Rewards program, where you can access exclusive offers for shopping, dining, and having fun at Simon malls, mills, and premium outlets. Plus, you can get points and rewards for shopping at shopsimon.com too. It's free to join, and there are even more exciting perks to enjoy every time you shop. Sign up at simonplus.com today and get ready to summer in style. Rewards program terms apply. See simonplus.com for details.
It's a sale. Right now, every service needed for your vehicle is on sale at any of the 3 Leaf Johnson Ford locations, Austin, Manor, and Buda. And we're wide open. Tires, brakes, oil changes for only $39.99 with synthetic blend oil, tire rotations, and alignments. You name it. Any of the 3 Central Texas locations have it on sale. Can't come see us? We'll come see you with our mobile van on most services, or we'll come pick it up and bring it back. Go to leafjohnson.com and pick your location and time. You'll love it at Leaf, Austin, Buda, and Manor.
Now's your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Liberty. That's Liberty. Enter it now. Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Texas Longhorns.
Welcome back to the Morning Kickoff Radio, Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeart Radio app. Yesterday, the NBA had its draft, and as you know, a lot of names have been called. A lot of people don't hear themselves in the name called. The Washington Wizards took AJ DeBansta. The Utah Jazz drafted Darian Peterson, and of course, the Memphis Grizzlies drafted Cameron Boozer. Draft is something that every kid, if you played a sport, wanted to hear your name be called, and they got a chance to hear that yesterday. Mark, the name that you were talking about that you think is going to be a great pro is probably Cameron Boozer, right?
I believe that he's going to be the best guy in this draft.
Well, we're going to ask one of our guys, Jason Kidd, former Texas Longhorn, who made his way to the NBA, now with the Portland Trail Blazers, was at Austin Spur at one point, is now joining us on the hotline. Jason, how you doing this morning, my man?
Hey, how you doing? Actually, I'm about to put him on right now. This is Dad.
Oh, okay.
What's going on, Dad?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, no, I got him right here.
All right,
hold on
thank
real
you.
quick. All right,
appreciate it.
His dad is really cool, man. Like, it's always good to be able to have time with your parents. And every time that I've seen Jason, like we go out we eat at a lot of the same place.
Yeah.
But for a guy that's as thin as him, he can put it down.
Well, that's why he's a hooper.
Yeah.
You know, he's got constant movement.
Yeah, we was over there with my soul, man. That dude was in there he had a big plate.
Well, Jason, I just wanted to ask you this. First off, thank you for joining us on the Morning Kickoff. Mike Harbaugh Harge, and of course, you know, the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, D. Mark Henry. But I wanted to ask you this. As you started to watch the NBA draft last night, and obviously you got your opportunity. You're playing in the G League, and of course, you got some shots up at the NBA level. That's a lifelong dream, and you got what people truly don't understand is the work that goes into preparing for that moment.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's a surreal feeling. You know, these guys coming into the league, they're achieving lifelong dreams, lifelong blessings, lifelong excitement. You know, we always dreamed of, I want my name to be called, and to see those guys get named, see the hard work they put in to reach their dreams is a surreal moment. You know, especially for me, the route that I took was even a more surreal moment for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed, I'm honored, and I'm super, super grateful, and I'm happy for all those guys who got drafted today, and I'm even happier for the guys who will get yesterday, and happy for the guys who will get drafted today.
Jason, we had a moment when the 15th pick came in, and you got a chance to know Dalen, and you know, can give us a recap of kind of how you felt at that moment.
Man, first I want to say shout out to my guy Dalen Swain for the 15th pick for the Chicago Bulls. I'm so happy for him. I'm ecstatic for him. We were sitting there with my soul, and I was just pretending I was Adam Silver, and I was going off, and I literally called. I said they're gonna get Dalen Swain, and I called it, and I was so happy for him, so ecstatic.
Do you think that that's a good spot for him?
You know, I do. I believe Dalen Swain is in a very good spot. One, their city. I grew up in Chicago, so I know the city is amazing. They love basketball. They love the team, and they just got my old coach Tiago Splinter, great coach, great mind, and Dalen Swain's going to fit perfect with Tiago, and he's going to fit perfect in the city of Chicago. And I'm just so ecstatic for my guy, like so happy for him. Well deserved. And I was screaming and jumping. You know, I played against him when he was at Xavier. I got opportunities to work out with him a few times when he was at UT, got close with him at UT. So he's a brother for life, and I'm just so happy for him, and I can't wait to see how his career takes off.
So you said that Tiago Splitter was a good coach and he loves his forwards. Explain to me what that means when you say that a coach loves a position.
When I say a coach loves his position, it's how he can use them and the style of play that he runs. You know, Tiago's big on, you know, driving kick, keeping advantage, and I believe that Dalen Swain fits that, in my opinion.
I mean, he proved that. He proved that at UT,
yes,
that he can not only score, but he can facilitate as well.
Yes, and I feel like that's a skill that makes him stand out even more. You know, he's a cerebral player playing under Sean Miller for 3 years, and his IQ and his understanding of the game and his feel for the game is elite. You know, being able to use his size, his frame to get to the rim, get to the basket, be super athletic, you know, super strong. I'll never forget, I was watching the NCAA tournament, and Dalen Swain had got the ball, drove from the wing to the rim, got fouled on an and one, and just seeing his aggressiveness downhill is elite. You know, he's going to touch paint. You know, which is a skill that's very needed, you know, on teams, and he has that skill.
We're talking to Jason Kent, former Texas Longhorn, former Bradley Brave, Indiana State Sycamore. Talk about your journey, because obviously you took the road more traveled, I guess you would say. You've had opportunities to play at different levels, but it never stopped you from pushing yourself to know that you're going to get a chance to play in the NBA. So kind of share your journey to get to where you are right now.
Yes, of course. So, you know, I went to Bradley my freshman, sophomore year, came out of high school, not highly recruited. Took a visit to Bradley. You know, it was during COVID, so that's the only school I got to visit. But, you know, ultimately committed to Bradley. Had two years at Bradley University, learned a lot. Grateful for my experience there. And then, you know, God very big in my faith, and I feel like God was telling me it's time for me to find a new home. I'm very grateful they set the foundation and the groundwork for me. And then after I transferred from Bradley, I interconference transfer to Indiana State Sycamores, where I played for Josh Schertz, and then played there 2 years. My first year there with him, we made it to the CBI. And then my second year there, we finished my season 32-7. We were ranked 25th or 24th at one time in the country, number one offense efficiency. We won the regular season championship for the Missouri Valley Conference. Had 6 guys get accolades from the conference. We made it to the Missouri Valley championship game, and we made it to the NIT championship game that year. Unfortunately, I hate saying it, but we lost both of those. But that team is one of those teams that you can contact. We still talk in the group chat to this day. And then after that, I graduated from Indiana State University, and I transferred to UT. And then I played under Rodney Terry with Trey Johnson, Arthur Kaluma, Jordan Pope, Jermon Mark, all those guys, and we made it to the March Madness. I completed a long time dream of playing in March Madness. So after that, I got invited for mini camp with the Portland Trailblazers. After mini camp, I got invited to the G League training camp, and I made the roster for the last roster spot for the Rip City Remix, the Portland Trailblazers affiliate team, and played with the G League team for most of the season. And then in March, I earned a 2-way contract with them, and I'm on a 2-way contract again with the Portland Trailblazers. So that is pretty much my story.
Love it, because what you pretty much just told everybody, the perseverance is everything. To continue to believe in yourself and to be able to push yourself to the limits to get yourself that opportunity to achieve your ultimate goal. So that is outstanding stuff, and it's definitely something that is a motivator for some of those that are listening to this show. As always, man, we appreciate you. I know you got the chance to kick it with your boy last night, and I'm sure you're going to see him again. But thank you for waking up this morning and giving us the time to talk about the experiences in your life.
No, for sure. I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. I'm blessed, honored. Mark Henry's like a uncle to me. I appreciate everything he's done, and I appreciate you guys bringing me onto the show. This is a blessing. I want to be able to use my platform to inspire kids, to motivate my community, motivate people. And it doesn't even have to be in sports. I want to just show people and help people be like, no matter where you come from, no matter what career path you take, no matter where you want to go in life, like I just want them to use my story to push them, guide them and help them reach their dreams, from being a doctor to a student, a businessman, or, just give advice. I was talking to the owner of With My Soul, Mr. Antonio, and I was talking to his son Tone, and I was just trying to give him advice on things that he can do, in the future for himself. He's going to be a very successful young man, and just want to help him and give him some pointers like how Mr. Henry gave me, and just help inspire the young and inspire my community, inspire whoever it is to reach their dreams.
Well, we appreciate it, man, and continued blessings to you and your family. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have a safe
Yes, sir.
trip.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
There he is, Jason Kent. Coming up next, World's Strongest Man bringing you his World's Strongest Take right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Big delays this morning caused by a crash that blocks off all the lanes on 183 northbound to FM 973. Traffic heading this direction is being diverted off to FM 973, and the same accident also blocks off the left lane going southbound in the same spot. And a crash blocks off the right shoulder on I-35 southbound at 51st. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Right now, you can score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. Don't miss your chance to save on tech, chairs, custom print, school supplies, and more. It all ends July 4th. Staples, that was easy.
It's time to warm up that scoreboard and get ready to bring home the win with Specs. Specs has you covered with lower prices on all your favorite fan fuel. From craft beer, rare spirits, and world-class wine to chips, dips, and gourmet finer foods. And with same-day delivery when you order online or through the app, Specs is your MVP for the biggest score of the game. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Here's to you, cheers to savings.
Score big with employee pricing for everyone at Group 1 Ford of South Austin. Buy the 42-mile-per-gallon 2026 Ford Maverick XL Hybrid for only $26,980. Transparent pricing, no dealer add-ons. Get this deal today in our showroom or at group1fordoftsouthaustin.com. Stock TRA 36672. Original MSRP of $30,105. Dealer discount of $3,177. Includes $225 dock fee. Subject to availability. MPG is an EPA estimate. Offer can't be combined. Exclusions may apply. Offer ends 7/5/26.
Pickleball is on the rise. 46.8 million players nationwide, with a projected $5 billion industry by 2033. Looking to be part of this exciting growth? Crush Yard offers a unique franchise opportunity, redefining the pickleball experience with indoor court, exceptional dining, craft drinks, and entertainment. This is your chance to invest in a rapidly growing brand shaping the future of leisure. For a limited time, you can own a piece of the action. Visit CrushYardFranchising.com to learn more. Crush Yard, Pickleball Bar and Lounge.
Meet a successful local CEO each week on CEOs You Should Know. This week, learn more about Michael Crowell, President and CEO of UFCU. Listen this weekend or visit our website to learn more.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, cloudy early, becoming mostly sunny for your Wednesday afternoon. A high in the mid to upper 90s. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 72. Thursday, partly cloudy, a high of 96.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
The global stage is lit. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is on.
Lionel Messi!
iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live.
The Magic Touch.
Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
Just search World Cup.
Just a beauty for a second of the game.
Every unforgettable moment.
Wherever you are.
Brilliant from Mbappe. France lead.
Don't miss Team USA's next match Thursday night at 10 Eastern.
The world is listening.
Are you?
This World Soccer Report is sponsored by MyPlates.com.
iHeartRadio FIFA World Cup Update.
Portugal took care of business against Uzbekistan with a 5-0 win in Houston yesterday. Cristiano Ronaldo scored twice and made history along the way. It's his 144th international goal. Ronaldo now the only man ever to score in 6 tournaments. Busy day ahead today with 6 matches on the schedule, including Mexico against Czechia and Canada facing Switzerland.
For live Fox coverage, search World Cup now on the free iHeartRadio app.
From the stands to the streets. Show your team pride with a MyPlates personalized plate and bring your colors wherever you go. Create yours today at MyPlates.com.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
You heard the big drop, so you know what that means. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry brings you his world's strongest take. Take it away, big fella.
Hard.
Yes.
You know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for the world's strongest take by the world's strongest man. Ronald, back then they didn't know me, but now that I'm hot, they all on me. Well, guys, another edition, World's Strongest Take. And last year, there was some problems with the San Antonio Spurs big man, Victor Wembanyama. And the Spurs didn't have a successful season. I said then, after the draft, this time last year, they would win 50 games, right?
I believe so.
I believe so. You know. You know.
I believe so.
And they won 60. They had a good year. This year, I feel like the two teams that are going to do the most next year did the most in this draft. Outside of Chicago, the number one team to affect their team to be better for next season was Oklahoma City Thunder. They drafted a guy 7'3" to help fortify what they needed the best to beat Wemby, who was going to be their greatest competition in their division. The Spurs said, not so fast. And they went with big man Jaden Quinnitz. And the guy that I thought was probably going to be the biggest acquisition for the Spurs and what the Spurs needed going forward, and that was Terrence Reed Jr. Terrence Reed Jr. played for UConn. They played against Michigan, and he had 22 points and 21 rebounds against a 7'3" center, and that got drafted. He got drafted 11th, and against a power forward that got drafted to Golden State with the 9th pick. So if you're able to dominate two guys that got drafted in the top 12 picks, yeah, you need that. And the Spurs got him. He is 6'10", 254 pounds. Wemby needed another guy that was athletic as he is, that maybe not have the length, but he definitely had the punishing attitude. He needed security. He needed the big dudes in the front of the club that will come in and throw you in the street. Quinn's, same thing. Really big guy, 250 pounds, athletic, rangy, likes to block shots and dunk on your mama. The Spurs did what they were supposed to do, but so did Oklahoma City. What is Oklahoma City known for? Getting the ball in transition, kicking it out to the wing, and getting the threes. And they did that. They went out, they got the big man at 7'3", but the guy that I thought would be I didn't think that he would be available for them, but he was a good pick, was Bennett Sertz. That guy, you got to guard him off the bus. He is a shot maker and a shot taker and a shot maker. Both of those teams, they needed to get better as positions, and they did. What say you?
We'll see how it's all going to play out. Obviously, you got to be in the right system. You got to come in and really make some serious waves. I think the person that deserves to get talked about a little bit more is Jaden Quaintance from the Spurs. I think he's somebody that is uber athletic, and he's only 18 years old. He
true.
is somebody that has a lot of length. He's not afraid. He is somebody that can help Wemby, who likes to be on the outside. You're talking about the physicality of Terrace Reed, but I'm talking about the athleticism of a Jaden Quaintance who is going to get better and better and better. His athleticism is going to play a major, major role for the San Antonio Spurs. But talking about what you're seeing when it comes to the OKC Thunder, Addy Morrow, the big man from Michigan, is going to be somebody that another one of those three guys that Michigan had as the lottery picks. That to me is the story. You win a national championship, most of the guys are transfer portal guys. Now the game is kind of changing a little bit, but I think offsetting that, I still believe that the OKC Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs are going to be the team to beat in the West. They're going to continue to battle each other out, and we may have a rematch of that game. They might get linked, but this time I hope it's to see who goes to the NBA Finals instead of Wemby acting like that was the finals. So I still ain't forgot about that.
You haven't forgot?
No, I'm never going to forget that. Emotionally going, man, whatever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my God. When we come back, we're going to hear from my guy that is going to change the tone of the World Cup, and that's Jameis Winston. Oh, yeah, we got some big matches today, but you got to enjoy Jameis Winston. Coming up next, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Craig Way knows everybody.
Matt Brown was with us. I'll remember a couple of things. One, when you came in, when you had the double ice bags on your knees, when you had the knee replacement, and you looked at me one night and said, never do both at the same time.
Craig, I was running out on the field and trying to lead the team for the Ohio State game, and I just had a knee replacement, and I tripped. They had some carpet there. I tripped, and I thought my leg was going to come off.
Catch special guests like these and more by listening to The Craig Way Show on AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Lorenz and Lorenz Traffic Center.
In Georgetown, a new accident blocks off all lanes going eastbound on Highway 29 at Austin Avenue, and 183 northbound remains closed down due to an early morning accident involving an 18-wheeler and a rollover at FM 973. The same accident also blocks off the left lane going southbound in the same spot. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
Clogged drain? No problem. Abacus makes it 1, 2, 3 easy. They clear the drain, conduct a video inspection, and include a 123-day clog-free guarantee for just $123. No wonder they say Abacus. You can count on us.
Visit abacusplumbing.com.
This is the truck deal you've been waiting for, and Covert Chevy in Hutto is making it happen. 0% financing for 5 years on every 2026 Silverado 1500, and you won't make the first payment for 90 days. We're talking hundreds of options to choose from, with more rolling in every single day. Don't pay monthly interest on your old truck or car when you can save right now. 0% deals like this don't stick around, so come and see us at Highway 79 or head to coverthutto.com. Covert Chevy Hutto. Together, let's drive. For qualified buyers, see dealer for details.
Before they can cheer your name, you've got to make one. At Spurs Sports Academy, we're helping young athletes do just that with year-round basketball camps and tournaments for kids of all ages. It's all part of our mission of inspiring lifelong memories and building character through competition. To find your way to play, text HOOPS to 210-444-5021 or head over to spurs.com/sportsacademy.
Hi, this is Tom McKay, owner of Audiovisual Consultations. Today's home electronics can be a bit daunting. My company has spent the last 38 years making sure they are not. We carry all major brands of television and stereo equipment at prices you can't find in stores, and you don't have to leave your house. We come to you. I believe in having fun and dreaming big. If you have a dream for your home entertainment, let me know. I can make that dream come true. Anything from theaters to multi-room audio systems, lighting control, computer networks, hell, even golf simulators. We cultivate clients for a lifetime by treating everyone like their family. And we provide everything at incredibly competitive prices and install it seamlessly into your home. So relax, hug your kids, make love to your wife, and smile. Then give us a call at 512-255-8678. It's 512-255-8678 or online at avconsultations.com.
A security camera that runs on its own power, uses 4G signal, and doesn't need Wi-Fi? Now that's how you defend your assets. Defend by Tacticam. If you've got signal, you've got security. Check it out at defendcellcam.com.
July 4th, 2026, the 250th anniversary of American independence. The Great American State Fair becomes the center of it all. All 50 states, a national prayer moment. And that night, the largest fireworks display in the history of the world. There's never been a July 4th like this one. There never will be again. Plan your trip at freedom250.org. Freedom 250, the Great American State Fair, July 4th.
Since 1936, Shipley Donuts has been a Texas tradition, and now Dripping Springs wakes up with them. Start your mornings right with fresh baked donuts, soft warm kolaches, and hot coffee made fresh daily at Shipley Donuts, located at 13341 West Highway 290 in Dripping Springs. They're open bright and early at 5 a.m. because at Shipley's, donuts don't just taste good, they make people happy. Skip the line and order ahead at shipleydonuts.com or on the Shipley's app. Start happy, stay happy.
Texas, it's back. The largest gun show in Texas returns to Bryan College Station. 3 huge days, August 7th, 8th, and 9th. Last year, over 17,000 people showed up. Don't be the one who hears about it after it's gone. Explore 1,500 tables packed with firearms, gear, and more, all under one roof. Free parking, 3 days only. One can't-miss event. Presented by Texas Gun Shows. Get details now at gunshowstx.com. Texas Gun Shows, making gun shows guns again.
Uber and Lyft drivers. Driverless cars are coming. Will drivers be replaced, or will drivers own what comes next? Fair Co-op helps drivers earn up to 90% and gives out 25% of net profits from each ride for referrals. For life. Be a leader, the first in your city. Help build the movement. The drivers who lead now can help shape the next generation of rideshare. Fair Co-op, official partner of iHeartRadio. Download the app now at fair.coop/iHeart. That's FARE.coop/iHeart.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
You talk about wanting some positivity. The only person that can really bring a ton of positivity is the one and only Jameis Winston. We'll hear from Jameis in just a second. But Ronaldo must have heard us talking about him yesterday, Mark, because I was giving him crap because Mbappe, Messi, and Hovland all got out there and got busy. And all he had was a couple water breaks during his time. So what did he decide to do? Portugal decided to go out and dominate, and he decided to dominate as well, scoring 2 goals. Almost had 4. There were opportunities where he was just a little off when he was trying to get there and trying to score those goals. But we got a chance to see Ronaldo talk about father time and being able to fight it. He's 41 years old. Let's not forget that. You get a chance to look at what he was able to do, Tom Brady in his time, even Lionel Messi is still out there doing big things. So you kind of got to be excited about what you're seeing when you're watching the World Cup. It is something that I am locked into every single day. I continue to look at it. Like I said, you got Tom Brady, you got LeBron James, you got Lionel Messi, and now you got Ronaldo doing it. I mean, just doing it at a high level.
Well, I love the fact that the the love that all the teams give to their country.
Ooh.
I mean, it's just like ridiculous. And I got one question now.
Yeah.
Like, all of these teams are advancing and they score. So the games end on a tie, like England and Ghana yesterday. 0-0.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Nil. Yeah, there you go.
And how do you advance, or like what is the next step to advancement if it's a tie?
Well, you got to also look at, there's a point, you get points. You win, you got point differential, you got scoring differential, and then you have, obviously, as you said, when you get to that draw, things kind of change a
Shots
little bit.
on goal.
Yeah, there's so many other things that play a factor in it. So that's why it's always important for you to what? To win. To win. And that's what the key is. So today, you'll get a chance to see Switzerland and Canada, Bosnia, Qatar. They play at 2:00. We get 2 games each match. So you get 2 matches at 2:00, you get 2 matches at 5:00, and you get 2 matches tonight at 8:00. At the second matches is Scotland and Brazil, Morocco and Haiti. You got Mexico playing tonight at 8, and then you have South Africa and South Korea playing. So they all will be taking place tonight, and it is going to be fun. But right now, I want you to hear from the one and only Jameis Winston, or should I say Sir Jameis, as he meets the Knights.
I am Sir Jameis to you.
Oh,
because, in recent times, I have been officially knighted. So these are my knight brothers. Obviously, I was initiated as a knight in 2026 in Dallas, Texas. All right, Sir Jameis. Sir.
You got a good way with words.
Well, yes,
you should be on the stage in London, like sweeping it or something like that.
Oh, you know what? I would be sweeping it, and with that joke, I'm gonna get my broom and sweep y'all off the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear what that dude said? You should be in London. We should be sweeping it.
You should be on stage
sweeping
it.
What? Yeah, Jameis was like, with that joke, you could kick rocks. Get on out of here. But that's not it. That's not it. You asked me about Ghana, and all he did was party with Ghana. All right, so remember, when he was dealing with the Dutch, he was Blackman. And now he's a Sir Jameis Winston. Don't forget, he was also George Winston and Sir Jameis Washington when he was hanging out.
Will you stop it?
Listen, I will do anything and everything to find Jameis Winston. I said it. The people have been saying it. If you are somebody that is trying
Let's
to
get him on the
entertain.
show.
I've been trying to. Every time he's been in Dallas, I've been trying to get him. So it's been like, hey, I want to have Jameis on here because not only is he really spreading joy, he is one of the nicest people that is out there. I was talking to somebody yesterday about how he was set up with the crab legs, man. He was set up with that. You know, one of his homeboys was working there and said, come on through. We got you. I know who you are. I'm going to get you taken care of. It's happened everywhere at all the time. So now all of a sudden, we want to condemn him for the crab legs. All the stuff that's going on in college athletics nowadays, and you worried about a man coming in and getting some crab legs, he wasn't stealing those. Wasn't even part of that. It was, hey, your homeboy got the hookup. Come and get some food. Let's enjoy ourselves. So now we'll see what ends up happening. Also, I want to recap the NBA draft. A lot of lives have changed. There will be another draft tonight. You will get a chance to see it on ESPN, but I'll be tuned in to all of the soccer matches. The World Cup is in full throttle right now, and I cannot wait. We'll do more about Sorsby. We'll talk to our guy, Eric Henry of Horns 247. Tomorrow, we'll talk to JJ Gotch of the Austin Gamblers. New show coming out. And, of course, the Gamblers will be back again. But we will make sure that we are here locked and loaded and ready to roll. For Mark Henry, for our guy Ronald, continuing to do a great job, and he'll be back with us tomorrow. Stay locked in and stay entertained because we have a lot to get to. For Mark Henry, I'm Hardball Harge, and just remember this, folks. Don't believe everything you see because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes.